That's exciting. There's the 5 gift subs, Forox. Did you see the Reddit blackout stream? 9,800 viewers. I saw it earlier today. I think they had like 600 something subreddits going private. So can someone break that down a little bit more for me? I haven't watched Mudahar's videos on it yet. I know it's about their API though. So they're charging like an astronomical fee for their API. Which will stop all third-party apps from working. Gotcha. Okay. On the podcast, we briefly went over it, but not in depth enough for me to fully understand the magnitude of it. So when I saw all the subreddits going private, I was wondering like if it was all about the API or if there was more to it. Okay then. Yeah, I mean, fuck them. That's some greedy shit. From Reddit, charging that much for the API was like fucking $20 million or something crazy. He's a resub Weedle. Probably not Mellow. I don't think so. But maybe. Watch the Linus stream for more elaboration on the API. I mean, I could also just watch Mudahar's videos. He's done like a few of them now about the Reddit situation. It would be very interesting to see Reddit crumble. Not even because I like hate Reddit or anything like that, but it's just this would probably be the most popular website failure I've ever seen. Prior to this, it probably would have been MySpace. But Reddit is like an actual top 10 visited website. So that would be crazy if it's actually the death of Reddit. Tumblr's another good example. I forgot about Tumblr, which only goes to show how brutally it died. I forgot all about Tumblr. Holy shit, yeah. Vine got shut down, that's different. How would it die? Because the subreddit protests for 48 hours? As I understand it, wasn't just like a 48-hour protest, right? Isn't it like supposed to be they go private and then it's a mass exodus of the Redditors? Or am I misunderstanding what the whole purpose is? Because a 48-hour private on subreddits isn't going to do shit. It's not going to force their hand. I thought it was like in conjunction to just leaving. Thanks a resub, Rosh and the bits say what? 48 isn't guaranteed, some are indefinite. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it'd have to be. Thanks a resub, Spud. What power do Reddit mods realistically have? It's just a protest. Hey man, I'm all for making fun of like Redditors and mods and all of that shit. It's become a silly meme. But in this case, they have a ton of power here. What is it? Like shit, it's an alarmingly high number, but the vast majority of the most popular subreddits are controlled by the top 1% of Redditors, like Reddit mods. They call them power mods or something. So if all of them just shut their communities down, that's a massive hit to Reddit. I'm gonna look it up. I think it's something like a handful of mods control like 90% of all of the subreddits. It's super high. How 5 mods control most of the top 500 subreddits. Yep. 5 mods control, and that was 2 years ago. So they probably control even more by now. Thanks to the gift sub Morzo and the resub saying. They also power trip a lot. Yeah, it's a given. That is a given. With great moderation comes great sense of power. Thanks, Arisa Blue. Reddit failing would benefit humanity. Disagree. Reddit is actually remarkably helpful in certain cases. I've used Reddit a lot when it comes to getting like assistance with things or learning about things that are helpful. Twitter would actually be the one that's genuinely beneficial to humanity. Twitter or Facebook, if it's one or the other. Reddit has legitimate use. Thanks, Resub Dino. Thanks to the resub Shin. Reddit only created better derivative websites. Don't exactly know what you mean by that, but I'm just talking about actually helpful subreddits and communities that are dedicated to just providing useful information for certain subjects. Not all of Reddit's accessible. If Reddit dies, where will I get my legal advice? From Twitter, like the rest of us sane people. Twitter gives the best advice. Oh my god. I'm about to get heated. I read something today. I don't know who shared it, but it was on my timeline. There was a child whose lemonade stand got robbed, and a lot of people were quoting it, talking about why the child deserved it for taking part in a toxic capitalist society, and that the kid is like a future racist or some shit because of the way he dressed. It was sickening. It didn't even feel like it was supposed to be ironic or satire. It was just fucking weird. And they kept calling the kids slurs too in some of them. It was horrifying. And it was popular too. It was sickening. That shit was crazy. I'm sure some of it had to be ironic, but definitely not all of it. Unless it's really, like, unless I'm getting too old now to recognize modern shitpost satire, but they were going hard. They do like 9-tweet thread on why the kid deserved it. And then out of curiosity, I checked their Twitter account and it's literally only dedicated to politics. So it didn't feel like it was satire. It was crazy. Thanks to the resub, Zax. There's an article by Odyssey Online where they make the argument that Big Mouth is the greatest show ever made. Son of a bitch. I hate it. I hate that. That show sucks. That show is so bad. That show is so bad. We all know it's Velma. Velma is one of the very few unifying things in the world where everyone hated it equally. But Big Mouth has real supporters, and it actually has 100% for every season on Rotten Tomatoes, except for one. And the one that it doesn't have 100% on is still like a 98. Thanks to Resub Apple. How many episodes of Big Mouth have you seen? Way too many because Tiana watches it. So I have seen far more than the average man, the average layman should see. That shit was stinky. Breaking news: r/tits went down. That'll finally put the pressure on the Reddit admins to overturn their decision here. No more r/tits. Jesus Christ, it's getting serious. Thanks to resub Mike Terror and the Prime Saber. These are resub wolves. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well, Saber Spark. Thanks to Prime Levo. And thanks to resub Ryan and the Prime Bake. You gonna play Street Fighter 6 tonight? Doing Lies of P demo tonight. Depends on how long that is. Might go into Street Fighter afterwards. Thanks to resub Slindiest. There's a 24/7 Twitch stream that keeps track of all the subreddits shutting down. Yeah, it's called the... We just talked about it and I forgot the name. It's like the Reddit Doomsday Calendar or something. Is this it? Yeah, this one, right? So right now 3,300 have gone private or shut down. Thanks to resub Surgeon and the Prime Lucas. And the resub Swag. And the Prime Spot. They're going private because Reddit's charging a crazy amount for API access, which shuts down third-party apps, which I guess a lot of people used. I've not been a Reddit power user or anything, but I'm guessing these third-party apps were very popular. So by charging a crazy amount for the API, it effectively gets rid of all of the apps. So in order to protest, they're taking all the subreddits private. I am excited for Phantom Blade. It looked good. Thanks a resub Bloopy. The API is also essential for mod bots, which is a big deal. Ah, gotcha. How much are they charging? A crazy amount. It was like legitimately like $20 million. Well, it would cost $20 million for the biggest ones, like I think it was called Apollo or something. We talked about all the Call of Duty stuff yesterday. $20 million a year.